Hi, a lot of you asked me to show you my listing presentation, and this is a beefy one. I'm gonna go over all the contents inside. Some of them will apply to you, some of them won't, but you're gonna have to figure out which elements work for you. And this is a South Carolina listing presentation, so let's get into it. So there's two sides. I like to call this the marketing side and the compliance side, the paperwork side. I'm gonna go over each side with you. First of all, I put my business card every single time. And we're gonna go over the compliance side, which is the paperwork. I print every single document that the buyer or seller, in this case, the listing presentation, would sign if they were to do business with me today. So it's already in there, it's blank, but I want the person to review the documents before they have to sign with me. And I might review some of them with them while we're in the appointment. So I bring a listing checklist if I were to take the listing, a wire fraud warning. I bring a full blank copy of the purchase agreement. So that's in here. A full blank copy of the listing agreement. I will bring the disclosure that they have to sign or fill out for their home. So like the state disclosure. And for my state, we have something called SC brokerage relationships. And that is letting them know what dual agency is or designated dual. And I bring pretty much everything. So here's the state disclosure and HOA and lead-based paint, depending on how old the home is. And I also bring an estimated net sheet for sellers. So I can sit there and add up all of the costs associated with selling their home in front of them, summarize it, and let them know an estimated cost to selling their home. Okay, so that's the compliance side. And I would get them to sign the disclosure and I would keep it in my file after we met. So ideally, they hire me on the spot after I go through all of this stuff. But first, let's go over the marketing side. So the marketing side, typically I'm gonna have the MLS sheets with all of the data about their home, and it's gonna be a CMA, a market analysis, and it's gonna have all the sold data, the competing listings, and any under contracts. I'm gonna have that here, but I don't go over it first. I generally go over my value proposition first, and then we go over the data. And I don't go into this too much, but for the purposes of this video, I'm gonna just show you what's in it. Sometimes I just briefly flip through it and tell them to, that's my cat, tell them to read it at their leisure, okay? So I show them that if they make some mistakes listing their home with someone else, that these are the things that they could not, could keep their home from not selling. Then I show them just a couple pieces of my marketing and how I market to buyers and how I market listings. Full color photography, glossy cards. And this is like a low price point, and then I put like a high price point. So I have both. And then here is my brochure that is about myself and my team and my firm. Okay, so this one has sold, so I know it's a listing brochure. You don't have to have fancy glossy paper like this. You could use just regular paper, just nice paper. Just print it on nicer paper and staple it or put it in one of those little presentation folders. But this is a bio about me with all of my designations. Then this is a letter to the seller, just talking about how the process goes and what I am doing in the process with you. It talks about my areas, my locations. There's stuff about RE/MAX and stats. There's information about the brand and how competitive intelligence, how we compete against other brands. There's information in here about global reach. There's information about staging your home, pricing your home, pricing myths and photography. There's stuff about marketing, how I put it all online and digitally market your home. There's RE/MAX collection for luxury homes. I talk about preparing your home for sale and what you should be doing before we list it, and then also right before with the photography checklist and there's pre-inspection information and myths versus truths about discount agents and such. And then I talk about how I give back to Children's Miracle Network, and then my vendors list is a QR code. So it just pops right up on their phone so they can call people like painters and plumbers and electricians and whatnot. So this is my listing presentation. Obviously, after that, I would go over the comps and the data with them and discuss where I would price the home and discuss the next steps. And they have already seen the value that I provide and usually are blown away by the sheer volume of this folder. It's usually even thicker with the CMA inside. So hopefully this helps you guys. And if you have any questions, comment below. And if you like these tips, like this video and save it for later.